Hello. Hi. Um, Let me see. Lynn, good morning. Michael, good morning. Yes, it is. I haven't even looked at the temperature, but I know it's really nice. It was nice yesterday too. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Stevie. Yes. Good morning, Carolyn. Hello. All right. Anything you'd like to ask, share, or comment about? This looks lopsided to me. That looks like it. I wonder if my house is lopsided. I always feel like this looks lopsided. All right. Anything anyone wants to ask or share? Good morning, Lynn. Well, it's really nice to have you guys here. So I'm going to think about all of you. You could tell me what's going on in particular, or I can guess. And yeah, basically, I swear, I go over there, it just comes to me, whatever it is we're gonna do. And so unless you ask for something in particular, and I know there's a lot of low back stuff here, and so, and I'm gonna say joint issues, so I'd love to focus on that as a part of what we do today together. All right. Well, speak now or forever hold your peace. And if not, then I'm gonna go do my thing, which is work on being strong and healthy forever and ever, so I could stay out of pain and I could do all the things I want to do. And I think that's you too. Use it so we don't lose it. All right. So, okay, here we are today, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when we get down onto the ground, when we close our eyes, when we feel our way into what feels like our body needs and start to move our body. And do whatever you can is appropriate to you. I'd like to suggest that if you do have particular issues in your body, let's say, for example, scoliosis or an issue on one side and not on the other, bring that with you today, that awareness, so that the side that you need to maybe stretch more or strengthen more, that you give it a little more oomph when you're in that side. And if there's a side you need to be protective of, also bring that with you when you're on that side. And most of us have asymmetry in our body. So becoming very good at uncovering where your issues are and then managing them appropriately can be therapeutic and make this really enjoyable for you. When I say make this, I mean actually stopping what you're doing, taking the time out for the self-care act of practicing yoga, which, takes effort, right? It's a lot easier to just sit and do what we're doing, to not get ready, to not show up. And yeah, and that happens honestly for most people. Compliancy is the biggest issue that physical therapists and chiropractors have with clients, and even doctors have with patients following through. It's a real big thing. So the fact that you're here, that you're doing this, is amazing for you, for your body, for your soul. So bring that to this today with you, this little pat on the back for being here. So for the practice today, I'd like you to get a strap, and I think I will spend a little extra attention today on the legs and really getting all the nooks and crannies stretched. So having a strap will be very helpful for that to happen, and to have a block as well, very supportive for many things. And then having a blanket is also really something that'll be important for you whenever you practice. And yeah, all right. So let's begin by taking our blanket and rolling this blanket up into a cylinder. And this is something that most of us can do anywhere, which is why I use this often, because I think it's a great way to help posture, to help take tension out of the back, whether that's the lower back or the upper back and neck area. It also helps with shoulder health. And these are issues that I think I hear often from those that I work with. I'd also say that for spinal alignment, for posture, for bone health, this is really good as well, because half of the fractures are in the spine. And even if you don't have osteoporosis, or if you haven't even thought about these things, I'm trying to give you information that could eventually happen, especially the closer you get to that 80-year-old mark, because that's when the statistics really go up. And so regardless of who you are today and what's going on in your body, I also want us to prepare ourselves so that we never arrive to places where I see things or people end up. So there's a big preventative aspect of what I try to share with you. All right. So having your blanket rolled up nice in a cylinder will be good for most of you. Some of you may need a little extra support by the head. When we go down on the ground, I just want to show you some of the movements we'll do. So arms out to the side like this is what many can do. And then when people have shoulder issues, it's lifting the arms that starts to get a little tricky and sticky for those with shoulder issues. So when we're on the ground, I do something like this, which is snow angels. You know, you're doing snow angels. We do it where the arms are hovering, and or even putting your arms all the way overhead. I say let's do like jumping jacks, where the elbows come towards the waist and the hands go up above to touch right above the head. So this is one of the movements we'll do on there as well. This is great for stretching the shoulders, and the shoulder blades are isolated or definitely held stable in the back of the body. So it really gets the nooks and crannies of that shoulder joint and a lot of the muscles and tendons and ligaments that stabilize and mobilize the shoulder joint. So it can be really great. And we also, when we start to move, we move the lymphatic system, because that's how it moves through movement and massage. So we get a lot of the lymph nodes and a lot of the stuff that takes place up here for the detoxification and immune system functions. So we'll be doing some of this on the ground here. When you do put your arms out to the side, I suggest that you try to get your hands towards the ground. And then when I ask you to bend your elbows like this, you don't want your hands to come closer to your body than right above the elbows. And what I notice is, our ego comes to the practice with us, and so many people try to bring the hands here, but they're still pretty far away from the ground. That's not going to do the trick. It doesn't really matter what's happening to this arm, this bone here, these two bones, or all these bones. It's really this upper arm bone. Where is that? Because that's the one that's in the shoulder joint. And that's what's going to have the effect on the shoulders and some of the aspects of the back of the body. All right. So when we're down on the ground, that's some of what we'll be doing. We'll close our eyes to feel in our body what feels appropriate. So have your props off to the side, have your blanket here ready for you. And then the blanket is only on the spine. So keep the tushy on the ground and the blanket is on the spine. Now, if you do want to roll down like this, I'd ask you to come in with a really open front body and really nice lengthened front spine. And you could come down like this, a little bit more core is required maybe. And then for others, if you'd rather not do that, or if you have wedge fractures in your spine, for you, it would be a little better to come here to the side, keeping the front nice and open, using the side of the body, and then rolling onto your prop. So do what's appropriate for you and your body and your issues and your tissues, your diagnoses, and wherever you are. And then bring yourself onto that rolled up blanket. Tushy is on the ground, spine is supported by the blanket. And then just arrive here. So close your eyes, nothing to do yet but to notice. Notice anything you notice. What feels good? What needs more support? Where do you feel tight? Does this feel good? Or maybe not? And really explore. This is your time to be very connected to your body in a way that we're not during the day. This is the time to actually observe, to raise awareness, to notice where healing is needed, and then to bring that healing to where it is needed. The eyes are closed. You're breathing in and out through your nose. And for some of you, that is a challenge because it's not the natural to breathe out the nose. Yet it's very important. So you want to train yourself, if you're not breathing out of your nose, to be a nose breather. Breathing in through the mouth dries out the mucous membranes in the mouth. It brings the air in one shot. There's not as much immune system apparatus available to trap things coming into your body. So there is a sticky palate on the back of the throat as the breath goes down into the body. And so that will trap some stuff. But in actuality, we want to breathe out of our nose because you have the little cilia hairs that are going to trap foreign substances and help with immunity. So keeping your mouth closed, you'll keep your mouth nice and moist. The nose helps to warm up the breath. It helps to slow down the pace of the breath. It helps to trap things that are in the air, and it releases chemicals that relax the throat and relax the lungs. And then bring your awareness to your nostrils as you feel the breath coming in and out of your nostrils. Set yourself up here by having your knees bent, push your feet into the floor, lift your pelvis up, place your pelvis down on the ground. Feel your spine nice and lengthened, and then let's take the arms out to the sides. Go slow so you actually feel any tightness coming in. And look over to the left side of your body with your eyes closed, and then to the right side, noticing, is there symmetry in your body? For those that have any kind of scoliotic patterns in your body, scoliosis, there's a rotational force to that. You may notice tightness more on one side, or if anyone has a shoulder issue on one side, you may notice a little more tightness. And then many other factors that can contribute to tightness on one side. So have your feet a little wider than your body. Allow your knees to move in towards each other. Lift your head up, lengthen the back of the neck, and place the center of your head on the blanket. The arms are alongside your body. The eyes are closed. If you'd like to move your arms a little higher, you could slide them on the ground. Keep the backs of the hands on the ground. Slide, slide, slide to the place where you feel the appropriate stretch for you right now. Let your arms rest. Let your mouth be closed. Breathe in and out through your nostrils. Observing what is happening. Let your arms be heavy. Let your body be heavy. Nothing to do except to breathe. Begin to notice the quality of your breath. Is it smooth, shaky? Is it fast or slow? Is the inhale the same pace as the exhale? Are you breathing in one nostril or both? Do you get distracted? Bring yourself back to your breath. Notice where the breath goes when it goes to the body. Is it on the right side or the left side? Do you feel it even in both sides of your body? Mouth is closed, breathing in and out through your nose. Let's see if you could breathe in through the right nostril and to the right side of your body. Using the visual of your nostril breathing in and feeling the side of your body that you're breathing to. See if you could feel that all the way down to your pelvis, side of the body, back of the body, on one side of your body. Trying the right side first. Let's switch. Breathing into the left nostril on the left side of the body. Bring your awareness there, and with the eyes closed, visualize and feel that side of your body moving with breath. It may take a couple of times before you actually start to feel when you activate one side of your body. Try and see if you can take some time to activate one nostril and one side of the body. Turning your gaze there with your eyes closed. So your inner eyeballs. Look to the left. Try to breathe all the way down to the left lower torso. The left side waist. The left back, low back, glute, middle back, upper back. Bring your awareness to your nose. Breathe in both nostrils. Breathe all the way down to your belly with both nostrils taking in the breath. See if you can feel both nostrils, feel the lower belly expand up, out to the sides and back to the floor. Breathe in and breathe to your tailbone, to your glutes, both right and left through both nostrils. Now breathe to the middle of the torso, to the low back, to the belly, to the sides, in between the ribs and the pelvis, that whole area. Breathe in through both nostrils. Feel yourself really stretch. Breathe deeply, warming up your torso, warming up your spine, warming up your core. For those with low back issues, this can be a nice breath to breathe in through the nostrils, keeping the mouth closed, breathing into the back of the body towards the ground. Letting the breath help to gently move the low back spine, the lumbar spine. And then bring your awareness up to your chest by your heart, up towards the sky, underneath the armpits, and back towards the blanket. Mouth is closed, big breaths. Warm up your rib cage, warm up your spine, warm up your muscles in your chest. Last few breaths, breathe into your entire torso, all the way down to the pelvic floor, to the lower back, to the glutes, to the tailbone, to the back where your back is on the blanket, to the sides of the body, all the way down to the hips, to the front of the body, from the neck all the way down to the pubic bone. Biggest breath you could bring in and feel the stretching that's taking place in your body. Let your arms be heavy. Let your legs be heavy. Let your head be heavy. One more breath. Letting go of your breath. Bring your awareness to your fingers and your toes. Let your fingers and your toes move. Your arms are out to the side. Your knees are bent. If they're not bent, bend them. Getting really familiar with your breath, learning how to warm yourself up from deeply inside your body. Very, very powerful for healing. And for those with issues in their spine, their low back, their shoulders, their hips, their knees, their feet, their head, their wrists, their hands, their arms, basically anywhere you have issues in your body. The breath can be a place to deeply stretch from the inside, to maybe break up some dysfunctional pattern, or to start to get things flowing, to heal wherever it is you have issues in your body. Let's take the feet wide, as wide as the mat. Keep the soles of the feet on the ground. And let's do a gentle side to side here. Let your spine stay on the blanket. Let your tushy cheeks stay on the ground. So your tushy does not move. Feel the legs only moving. So keeping the soles of the feet on the ground will help to ensure that you keep this in your legs and mostly in the hip joint. So moving side to side, warming up the hip joint. Maybe the hips are tight and that's why you have an issue in your right shoulder or an issue in your upper back and neck. And so let's lubricate the hips. Eyes are closed. Feel the hips moving. And then for those of you with low back issues, notice what you feel in your lower back. One of the muscles that's moving here is attached to all 5 vertebrae in the lower back. It's called the psoas. It's your filet mignon. Is it tight on the right side or tight on the left side? Do you feel more when your legs go to the left, or do you feel more when your legs go to the right? Be your own body detective to notice where you have tension so you can start to release it. Free yourself up, maybe in the hips, to help support your shoulder health. You never know until you try it. Bring yourself back to center. The body is interconnected and all connected. There is no such thing as a shoulder or a hip, because the shoulder is connected to everything else, and so is the hip. Now we're going to start to move our legs a little bigger. So let's take the feet off the mat, and eyes are closed. Pay attention to your kneecaps. They're pointing up towards the sky. Take an exhale. As you inhale slowly to the left, be in your body to notice what's happening. Let the soles of the feet roll off the ground. So you roll onto the big toe edge of the right foot and the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Take an inhale. As you exhale, contract your core to bring your legs back up to center. Push your low back towards the blanket or towards the ground. Inhale slowly, let your legs go over to the right. Noticing what you notice. Do you feel your shoulders? Do you feel your hips? Do you feel your low back? Exhale, contract your core, push your back towards the ground, hug your lumbar spine, and then inhale over to the left. Be in your body to notice where you feel this. Exhale back to center. Notice where you feel the stretch of the hips and the glutes and the back. Do you feel it up in your shoulder? Do you feel it in your jaw? Do you feel it in your throat? Inhale to the side. Exhale, contract your core to come back to center. Be your own physical therapist. Be a chiropractor. As you uncover where you have issues, where you have tension, where you have tightness, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. You inhale into the move to explore with awareness. As you exhale, you contract your core to protect your spine as you bring your heavy legs back up to center. And the muscle, one of the muscles doing that is attached to your lumbar spine. That's why what happens to your legs and to your hips has a lot to do with what happens to your low back. Exhale, push your belly button to your spine back to the bolster, or actually to the blanket. Could be doing this on a bolster as well, for those of you that have bolsters. Let's finish our last one. Bring ourselves back to center. Allow everything to relax. Let everything go. Notice where you were holding tension. Do you feel that in your shoulder blades? Do you feel that in the back of the arms? Do you feel that in your upper back and neck? Let's explore the upper back and neck. Eyes are closed. Walk your feet back so that your feet are a little bit wider than your body, and then let your knees fall into each other. So we take the hips and the low back, we give them a little chance to relax. Even having a straight leg position or a wide leg position puts tension in the body, and then you have to manage that.
Bringing your legs into relaxation, let your right arm be heavy. Bring your eyeballs, your inner eyeballs, eyes are closed, to the right arm, let it be heavy. And then bring your eyeballs to left arm, let it be heavy. Take an exhale. Inhale, let your head rotate to the left slowly. Feel the stretch. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, slowly let your head roll towards the right. Inhale back up to center. Close your eyes. Because you have a blanket rolled up behind your head's rolling off to the side. There's going to be more stretch and more protection. So notice what you notice in your body when you do these slow side to side neck rolls. You exhale into the stretch, letting your head roll to the side. You inhale back to center. Exhale into the stretch. Inhale back to center. Go slow, especially if you have neck issues or shoulder issues. Lots of protection in your body in this part of you. And I'm going to even say back issues, hip issues, feet issues, ankle issues, wrist issues. Last one to the right. Bring yourself back up to center. Notice what you notice. Take your fingers, wiggle your fingers. Let's lift the arms off the ground so they're hovering. Exhale, draw the elbows down towards your waist. Close your eyes, feel, do they both move smoothly? And then inhale slowly, palms are up towards the sky. Inhale so the arms come overhead to touch above you or towards touching. Does your right side and left side feel the same? Or is one side tighter than the other? Exhale, elbows come towards the waist. Palms are up towards the sky. Arms are hovering off the ground. Or if you have any tears in your shoulders or issues, you could actually graze your arms along the ground. Maybe that feels better for you. Doing whatever feels appropriate, deeply stretching the shoulder joint, the spine. And then notice, are you tighter on one side? If you have scoliosis or if you have shoulder issues, you may find that you're tighter on that side or not. One more, bring your elbows all the way down and then let your hands rest on the ground beside you, to the side of you. Palms. Notice your wrists, notice your hands, notice if you have tingling. So doing the neck roll side to side can take some of the tension out of the neck. Moving the arms could take some tension out of the shoulders, freeing up the pathways. Notice if you feel tingling. Do you feel coolness? Do you feel more energy in your fingers? Let's do a little lap. So lengthening the neck on each side. You're going to take an exhale. As you inhale, push your ear straight up towards the wall behind you. Exhale back to center. The other side, push the ear straight up towards the wall behind you. Exhale back to center. Notice if you hear any crunchy stuff. Notice what you experience. Your ear pushes straight up towards the wall behind you. Notice if you swallow anything. As you move some of the vessels in the sinus cavity and in the neck, you may actually move some lymph around. Take your arms down alongside your body, palms are up. Palms up keeps you externally rotated, and that allows that upper humerus head in the shoulder joint to roll back and back in the joint. Most of us are forward in that shoulder joint, which leads to a lot of the pain and discomfort in the shoulder. So when you have your hands up towards the sky, the palms, and the thumbs towards the ground, as if you were hitchhiking, that's an external rotation in the shoulder and opens up the shoulder joint. So let's keep the arms down alongside the body. Let's take an exhale. As you inhale, slide the right fingers down and push the right ear up towards the wall behind you. Really lengthen that right side neck as much as you can. Exhale to release. Inhale again, right side. Push the right ear tip up towards the wall behind you. Slide the fingers down towards the foot part of your mat. Exhale. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Stay here. Notice if you're swallowing. Notice if there's any movement, anything. And on your next exhale, come back to center. Let the right arm rest. Let your whole body rest. Notice what you notice. Subtle movement can have profound healing effects on your body. Left hand up towards the sky, thumb towards the ground. Let's lengthen the left side of the body, the left neck and the left side of the body. Take an exhale. Inhale, slide the left hand down and push the left ear straight up towards the wall behind you. The head stays on the blanket. Very small movement. Exhale back to center. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale back to center. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale back to center. Last one, inhale to lengthen, stay here. Really reach your fingertips, your left fingertips down towards your feet, thumb towards the ground, palm up towards the sky, and push the left ear straight up towards the wall behind you. And then exhale to relax. Take the arms out to the side. Take an inhale. And then exhale, bring the arms up. Let the elbows bend. Let the arms come across you so you hug yourself. Inhale, up, open. Exhale, put the other forearm in front or the other arm in front. Hug yourself, exhaling. Inhale to open. Oh, stretch your hands, stretch your fingers. Feel the tension in your hands as you stretch the heck out of your fingers. Exhale, relax the fingers. Inhale, open the fingers, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring yourself open. Bring your hands onto your belly. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your neck, to your head, to your ears. Bring your awareness to your mouth. Open your mouth wide. Stretch your skin, stretch your muscles. Close, go slow. Eyes are closed. See if you could feel or hear any movement of the spine or the bones of the jaw. Inhale to open wide. Exhale to close. One more. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. We hold a lot of tension in the jaw, especially when we're stressed. And it doesn't have to be stress that you realize or know. And for those of you that are clenchers or teeth grinders at night, as the body replays its daily stress or processes the daily cortisol output, or in the dreams and the replay and the processing of your life, this life and lives before, your ancestral lives, lots of tension can be in your jaw. So opening the mouth and let's wiggle the jaw back and forth side to side. Lower jaw moves from side to side. And then go ahead and close your mouth. Believe it or not, sore ankle, sore hip, sore lower back, shoulder issues, whatever, can also be held in the jaw. So softening and loosening all the nooks and crannies today of where tension may exist in your body. Bring your awareness to your facial muscles. See if you could soften the facial muscles so your cheeks move towards the ground. Relax your mouth in your jaw. Let the tongue rest where the roof of the mouth and the top of the teeth meet. Let your eyeballs sink deep into the sockets. What do you notice? The phrenic nerve that comes off of the brain and out of the neck at C3, 4, and 5 is what is stimulating your diaphragm, the primary breathing muscle, to breathe down, to draw the breath into your body subconsciously, autonomically. And it's been doing it from the moment you entered this body. Bring your awareness to your fingers, your toes. We're going to move onto our side, noticing how relaxed you may feel. Let's take, we're going to go on, I want you to go onto your right side. So even if you can't see me, come onto your right side. Hopefully my guidance will be enough to guide you. I'd like your eyes to be closed anyway. So you're going to come all the way onto your right side. And for some of you, you may feel more comfortable with the block between your knees. So you may actually want your block to go between your knees when you're on the side. You're all the way on the side. So maybe between your knees, or sometimes I find that it's nice for some people to have the block between their ankles. So try that. Even if you think you don't need it, grab your block. Let's try it. Or a rolled up towel. You try it between your knees to see what that feels like, as it gives a little relaxation to the hips. May be good for those of you with low back tension or hip joint tension. And then see what happens if you put it down lower and it's in between your ankle joint. What does that feel like? Maybe it feels good, maybe not. I wanted you to try that. And then if it feels better to not have a block at all, then go ahead and take the block off to the side. The knees are on top of each other and they're coming straight off of your hips. And then you're going to put your feet on top of each other, even if you have the block between your legs or a towel. Line up your joints. The ankles are together, the knees are together. The knees are coming straight off the hips. The ankles are straight underneath the knees and the feet are pointing forward. Then take your hands behind your head. Clasp your hands behind your head. You're going to take an exhale here. And then we're going to inhale, lift the elbow up towards the sky. When it gets all the way up towards the sky, you're going to slide that shoulder blade towards the spine and then roll as far as the blanket will let you. You have a rolled up blanket behind you. And so you're not going to get a lot of rotation here. This is going to rotate the upper spine, the cervical spine. Push your heart forward. Take an inhale. And then you're going to exhale when you come back. So the thoracic spine is the least mobile part of our spine. You're going to inhale to lift your arm up, slide the shoulder blade towards the spine. Gaze goes up towards the sky. Feel the twist wherever you feel it in your body. It goes all the way down to the hip joint, maybe. Exhale to close. Inhale, push your heart forward. Open up your spine, rotating the thoracic spine. For those of you that have osteoporosis, for those of you with wedge fractures, if you have a wedge fracture, make sure that you push your heart forward. You open up the front of your spine. And if you do that, make sure you're not doing too much of extension in the lower back. So push your belly button back towards your spine to protect your low back. And for all of us, if you're feeling this in the low back at all, push your belly button back towards your spine. Hug your lumbar spine with your core. Inhale, let your elbow lead the way. Slide the shoulder blade towards the spine. Open up, feel that beautiful stretch. Push the right elbow into the ground. You'll get a little bit more rotation. Exhale to come back to center. Inhale to open up. Push the right elbow into the floor to get as much rotation as you can, and then stay here. Closing your eyes. Let your legs be heavy. Breathe to your left side. So we're on the right side of our body, and the left elbow's in the air, and the left side of our body is open. Push your heart forward. Push your belly button back towards your spine. Inhale to your whole left side. Left hip, left waist, left oblique, left low back, left side ribs, left armpit. Feel the stretch where you feel the stretch. Keep your mouth closed, breathe in through your nose. If you'd like to take the left arm, unbend the left arm, let the left arm hover. It'll deepen the stretch in the left shoulder, the left chest, the left arm, if that feels appropriate to you. The head is cradled by the hand. If you press the right arm into the ground, you'll get a deeper stretch. Push the belly button towards the spine. You could lift the left arm up a little higher or keep it straight out from you, whatever feels appropriate for you. Feel that stretch. Palm is up towards the sky. Spread your fingers, stretch your hand. Take one more breath. So if your hand's behind your head, let's all bring our hand forward. You're going to bring the hand forward. The palm is facing down towards the ground. Bring the hand up as high as your body will let you. Take an exhale. Then you're going to inhale. Roll the palm up towards the sky. Open up the shoulder. Reach your arm as far away from you as you can with the whole inhalation. When you get above your hip, start your exhale. Turn your palm down. Exhale with your hand forward, reaching long. And then inhale, rolling the palm up towards the sky, stretching the shoulder joint, moving the shoulder joint. For many people, even with shoulder issues, being on the ground like this, having the arm bone pressing up against the shoulder joint, often makes it doable even for those with shoulder issues that aren't able to move their shoulder when they're standing or sitting. So do what's appropriate for you. Close your eyes, be in your body, feel what is safe. You inhale when your body comes forward, you inhale when your arm goes open up towards the sky, the shoulder joint is open. You exhale when your palm faces down and you come forward. Reach long with your arm. Reach it out of the socket. Stretch the heck out of your body. Push your right elbow into the ground to help you get a little bit more. Last one. Bringing yourself back to center. Let's roll that one leg at a time. Roll back up onto your rolled up blanket. Take your arms out to the side and then bring them onto the belly. Close your eyes. Let the knees move in towards each other. Let the feet be on the ground. Closing the eyes, bring your awareness to the left upper body, to the heart, to the left upper spine, the chest, the left shoulder, the left neck, the left armpit, the left arm, left fingers, left hand. Notice what you feel. Now compare that to the right side. Do you feel a difference? Do you feel more warmth or cool? Do you feel more activity? Noticing what you notice. When you breathe into your lungs, do you feel the left side and the right side equally? Mouth closed, breathing in through your nose. Or do you feel the left side more? Great things to do for those of you with issues in your tissues, whether that's low back, whether that's scoliosis, whether that's shoulder issues. Most of the time it's on one side, so really working on that one side to lengthen, that you need to lengthen, the other side that you need to strengthen. Raising your awareness of your body can be so profound for self-healing. We're going to do the same thing now on the other side, and I'm actually going to have my back towards you. So if you wanted to see what it looks like from the back, although I'd like you to have your eyes closed and I'd like you to be guided and I'd like you to feel your way through these movements as if you were in a pitch black room with no lights and you had to navigate the space. So we're going to roll onto our left side, letting your legs go to the side, cradling your head in your hands. The blanket is still behind the upper spine. And that's part of what helps make this very effective. So let your legs be together. If you want or need to put a block between your knees or between your ankles, do that now. And then align yourself so your knees are together, your ankles are together, your knees are coming off your hips, your ankles are coming straight down below the knees, and the feet are straight off of the ankles, pointing away in the direction of the knees. Hands are clasped behind your head. Take an exhale to prepare. And then we're going to begin with the inhale, slowly pointing the right elbow up towards the sky. When you get right above your body, slide your shoulder blade towards your spine, and then press the left elbow into the ground as you open to the right as much as you're able to do. Exhale to close. Inhale, leading with the elbow lengthening up towards the sky. When you get right above you, slide that shoulder blade back towards your spine and then open as much as you can. Push your heart forward, push your belly button towards your spine. Eyes are closed, feeling where you feel the stretch on this side. Inhale to open. Press the left elbow into the ground. It'll give you a little bit more access of rotation. Notice where in your body you feel the stretching below. Protecting your low back, protecting your spine. Push your heart forward. See if you can gain a little bit more rotation with each movement. Your nose is pointing forward. Your elbows are pointing forward. The nose, the elbows, the knees, and the toes are all pointing in the same direction. You lift up and open, push the left elbow into the ground, push the heart forward, push the belly button towards the spine. Nice, long right side body. Notice where you're feeling this. The eyes are closed. On your next movement, you're going to push your left elbow into the ground. Inhale, reaching that right elbow up towards the sky, sliding that right shoulder towards your spine. Push the left elbow in, push your heart forward, push your belly button towards your spine, and then stay here. Mouth is closed, breathing in through your nose. Breathe to your right side. The right waist, the right low back, the right glute, the right side pelvic floor, the right belly, the right ribs, the right armpit, the right shoulder, right elbow. Breathing in through your nose, keep your mouth closed. Lengthen your body as you breathe. Lengthen the right side, pushing that right pelvis away. The right elbow is reaching away. Right shoulder is open. Push the left hand into the ground. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, you bring your elbow back. Take a break here, noticing what you notice. Take your right hand straight out in front of you, palm is down. And then bring the hand right up above you as much as your shoulder will let you. Take an exhale. Then you're going to inhale, reach long, allow the palm to roll up towards the sky. Go slow. This is your shoulder rolling around in the socket. Pay attention to what feels appropriate. Inhale. Exhale, turn the palm down towards the ground, reaching long, bringing your hand all the way forward. When you get right above you, you're going to inhale, rolling open in that shoulder joint, palm up towards the sky, reach long, stretch the heck out of that shoulder. Now, if the shoulder doesn't like this with the arm straight, bend your arm. You inhale when you come forward. Actually, you exhale forward. You inhale when you open up. Exhale when your palm is down and your shoulder is closed. Inhale when you go into external rotation and your shoulder joint opens. Try not to let the body roll too much. Try to let this mostly be the shoulder and the upper body. And allow the lower body to roll a little bit if it needs to, because that's the safety valve. When you go, that's when your body is stretching. All the joints are going to be protecting each other. So try to make this mostly be a shoulder joint movement. And then go ahead and finishing this circle, take one more circle. And when you come open, your arm is moving to the right, stay here. Press the left elbow into the ground. Open up your chest, push your heart forward, stretch the right fingers. Breathing to your right side. your right waist, your right glute, your right ribs, right armpit, right arm, right fingers, right fingertips, right back body as well. Take one more breath. And then let your hand move down towards your waist and then close off that joint by rolling the hand down. Bring your arm back up and then lifting one knee up. Let's go back onto our back, onto the bolster or the blanket or whatever you have behind your back, onto the blanket. Let your arms go out to the side. Let your feet be wider than your body, knees fall in towards each other. And I want you to notice here, how open do you feel in your shoulders, in your chest? What does your right side chest feel like? Your right finger, your right fingertips, right arm, right armpit, right low back, right waist, right lower ribs, right upper ribs. Close the mouth, breathing in through the nostrils. What do you feel? You feel both ribs, both nostrils, one side more than the other? Let's roll to our side. Take your hand on the ground, spread your fingers wide. And then you're going to push yourself to bring yourself all the way up slowly, noticing what you notice. The thoracic spine is innervated with the parasympathetic nervous system receptors. So you may notice that after you do rotational work, you feel very calm in your body. And so that's not just by chance. That is stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system where we are in a relaxed place. That's where your body repairs, heals, and restores. So this practice that we just did can be profound for those of you with shoulder issues, with spine issues, with scoliosis, helping to look at one side of your body. If you do have scoliosis or an issue on one side of your body, focus on that side of the body lengthening. Wherever you felt tightness, look in there to find or to bring in open, lengthen, and spaciousness. And that's how you can really take care of yourself forever and take care of your issues in your tissues. Be your own physical therapist, your own chiropractor. So let's take the blanket now and open up your blanket. Put your blanket on your ground, on your ground, and then bring yourself back down onto the blanket. Let's grab the strap. Do a little bit for the legs and for the feet. Bring both feet in and hold on to your strap. Take your legs pretty wide here and go as wide as you can to stretch your legs pretty wide. Take one more breath. So taking the hips a little wide there to see if maybe there was any tension that needed to be taken out of the pelvis. And then let's take the feet so they're a little wider than your body. And then I want you to hold onto your strap, wrap your hands down, hold onto your strap, and then see if you could roll your feet here. So a little ankle joint work. So the soles are pointing straight up towards the sky. And then I want you to try to pull your arches away from the strap, rolling your foot towards the sides of the strap, and then come back to center. You roll, so you roll towards the pinky toe edge, you lift your big toe edge towards you, and then you move back. This is stretching this lateral chain, the side of your body. Again, lifting the soles away from the strap. And then put your feet back where they are. A little bit wider than body still. Knees are bent deeply. And let's see if you can start to draw the legs towards the wall behind you. Keep your back on the ground. Keep your low back on the ground. Keep your upper back on the ground. And you're moving your feet back towards the wall behind you. Have the big toe edges of your feet pressing towards the strap and the pinky toe edges. So try to get the soles of the feet to point straight up towards the sky. And then release. Take your legs wider than your body quite a bit, and then draw your knees down towards your armpits. Bring your feet towards your body. This is going to stretch inner thighs. Little rocking side to side. And then go ahead, take your strap off to the side. Get your block. So you want to make sure you have very little behind your head or nothing at all. So either move the blanket away completely or make sure your blanket's on a very thin fold. Let's take the block. We're going to walk our feet closer to our body, lift the pelvis up, and then tilt the pelvis back so that you can try to put the top of your pelvis on the block first, and then your sacrum and your tailbone, and let your pelvis rest on the block. Take your hands on your hip bones, pushing one at a time towards the ground or towards the block. Notice what you notice there, a little deep stretching in the pelvis. Try to stretch the rib cage away from the pelvis here, so this whole midsection. Push your arms into the ground and then lift your ribs away, slide the shoulder blades towards the ground and pull your rib cage away from your pelvis. So really lengthen this midsection here. The arms are alongside your body. Make sure that the flesh on the outer arm and the shoulder blades is tucking underneath your body to create a pad for the weight to be here on the upper back. You can let your arms go down alongside your body or let your arms rest on your legs. Let's inhale one leg long if it feels okay for you. Inhaling slowly, one leg long. Close your eyes, let your body be the guide, and then exhale to bend. Inhale the other side, the leg goes long. Exhale to bend. Push your belly button to your spine. Really protect your low back when you inhale to lengthen your leg. Exhale to bend. Last one. Bring yourself back to neutral. You can either keep your feet on the floor and stay here and breathe, or you could bring your legs up, either straight above the block if you can, or a little bit above your pelvis, but not too much. Then push your heart up towards the sky. Close your eyes. If your legs are in the air, you could point and flex your feet. And slowly roll your ankles. In one direction and then in the other. Finishing up your last couple of breaths. Bringing your feet on the ground if they're not there already. Lifting your pelvis up and away from the block goes out to the side. Bring your blanket back underneath your head. We're going to prepare for Shavasana, so maybe bringing the knees in, And then you come into your Shavasana. Let's try a really wide Shavasana today. Legs are wider than your mat, arms are out to the side, and then let everything go. Gently begin to deepen your breath. To your awareness, go to your body, noticing what you notice. You feel relaxed, tingling. Notice the areas that maybe you're feeling more relaxed or relieved. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bending your knees, slowly drawing the legs towards your body. as you rock side to side. Rocking all the way onto your side. And from here, pushing away with your muscles in your body to lift up. Closing your eyes, coming into a seated position. Take the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. Let them stay back and down where they belong. That's their home. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck. Elbows are alongside your body. Bring your palms to touch. Push the hands to the chest to the hands. Nice long spine here. We're going to close with a vibration to calm and relax the body, the mind. Take a big exhale. Inhale. In gratitude, namaste. I'd like to say something I just noticed for myself, because I have issues in my tissues as well. I noticed that my breath was deeper to be able to hum. And I teach 5 classes a week, so I'm humming 5 classes 5 times a week like that for every single week, hundreds of times a year. And I noticed with all that we did today really helped to open up our ability to breathe deeply. That is going to be good for energy production. That is going to be good for immune health. That's going to be good for detoxification capacity of your body. So today's practice really opened up our torso. And if you have shoulder issues, scoliosis, those are 2 main things, or wedge fractures from osteoporosis, I'm thinking particularly of those conditions, how therapeutic this can be. And of course, if you have low back issues, and if you have hip issues, and if you have feet issues, and if you have jaw issues, and if you have whatever issues. So hopefully that was good for you on some capacity. And thank you for joining me. All right. So I'd love to hear from the Peanut Gallery. Nancy, I can't wait to hear from you about your back, because I'm wondering what that did for you. Taller. Nancy, I don't know what, but I'll tell you what, you can't even spell, you're so relaxed. You're just like this. So I get it. You didn't even need to say anything. Your text said it all. You're welcome, Lynn. Yeah, we all need that parasympathetic, Stevie. That's where that deep healing takes place. Good, Michael. Love thumbs up from you. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, hi, Patty. I didn't even notice that you were here. So great. Glad to have you as well. You hit your elbow. Not in class though, right? All right. Anyway, I hope not. Hope I'm not dangerous. All right, everyone. So thank you. And I will see you later, next time, or whenever, right? All right. Bye.